In this demonstration, we will be discussing company recording in the Vonage Business Communication System. Company recording is an account-level add-on that allows you to configure multiple rules for your recording needs inside of your system. Let's take a look. Inside the admin UI, click on Phone System and Company Recordings. If you do not already have company recordings added to your account, you will receive a splash screen asking you to add it to your system. Once added, click on the button and you will receive a welcome pop-up screen asking you to configure your first rule. You can record multiple rules inside the Vonage Business Communication System that allow you to set the percentage of calls to record, what type of activity you want to record, who the owner is. It also allows you to select the extensions. In this case, I'm recording all of my devices. However, you can create rules that rotate the extensions that you record. You also can tell it if you want to record the entire call or only the first 2 minutes. This would be useful if you're in a quality assurance role and need to record and spot check certain callers. You also have the capability to set your disclaimers before the message of a call going in, whether or not they hear an audible beep. But in most situations, customers typically will put a disclaimer on their virtual receptionist greeting message. You can also set a start and end date and tell it whether you want it to expire or not, and you can select your days of the week. You can, again, run multiple rules in the system, allowing you to have more flexibility in the call recording system. The system comes with 500 hours of call recording capability out of the box. However, you can hover on the meter and see how many hours are used, how many hours are left, and more importantly, by clicking on the settings gear, it allows you to dynamically expand your call recording capability in blocks of 250 hours. In the system, you also have the capability to download individual recordings by hovering on them. You can delete them, you can share them. If you click on the recording, it allows you to play it back and make special notations that are also searchable in the system. By clicking on the search field, I can look for name, number, the called number, what direction, date ranges, who the owner of the call recording is or the rule, and any searchable notes. I also have a capability to run audit logs so that if I have multiple administrators in my system, I can see what they're doing in the system. If someone has downloaded the call recordings or edited or deleted the system, I can see that and who did it with a date and time stamp, and this report is exportable. This is a great feature for companies that require compliance and governance to keep their recordings or audit what is going on in the system at any given time. The final component is the permission management, which allows me to go in and select my administrators individually and create rules for what they can and cannot do in the system. For example, if I want them to be able to forward and download and delete their own recordings, but I don't want them to be able to delete rules or other people's recordings, I can configure the system to do that. From the reporting aspect, when I go into the company summary or any of these reports, and I do a search to look at the calls, inside the system, I will see a call recording button that shows up next to any of the logs where a call has been recorded. In some situations, this may be a company recording. However, if on-demand call recording has been applied to the user, there may be an on-demand recording assigned as well. Simply click on the button to see, play, download, or share the recording, as well as do comments. We hope you've enjoyed this brief demonstration of company call recording